4 CEO power plays. Most CEOs waste millions trying to beat competitors who should never even be in their league. I'm David White, and after 4 decades transforming hundreds of campaigns of Fortune 500 companies and private equity ventures, I've identified exactly why this happens and the 4 power plays that will make your competitors wish they'd chosen different careers entirely. Well, let me ask you something. Are you still comparing features, benefits, and pricing against your competitors? Are you still fighting for market share percentage points and obsessing over competitive analysis? If so, I have news that might be difficult to hear. You're playing a losing game. During my years pioneering SEO strategies for brands like Disney and Sony, working with Lloyds Bank and training entrepreneurs through Ernst & Young's program, I noticed something crucial. The companies achieving explosive growth weren't just incrementally better than competitors. They weren't competing at all. They were dominating through an entirely different playbook. I call it strategic dominance. And today I'm going to reveal the 4 power plays that create unassailable market positions. Starting with power play number 1, redefine your category. Most businesses make the catastrophic error of accepting industry definitions. They position themselves within established categories using the same language and frameworks as everyone else. I remember working with a finance company struggling against larger competitors. Instead of competing as another financing option, we established them as capital efficiency specialists with a proprietary system for maximizing return on invested capital. Within 6 months, they stopped competing on rates and terms. Prospects sought them specifically for their methodology, not their products. They went from begging for meetings to having prospects ask if they'd accept them as clients. To implement this power play, identify the critical outcome your ideal clients want most, create a proprietary language around delivering this outcome, and systematically educate your market about why traditional categories fail. Power play number 2. Build proprietary systems. The fastest path to commoditization is selling what everyone else sells. When I was developing radar systems and computer technology, I observed that dominant players didn't just build better products. They developed interconnected systems that created cumulative advantages. Your competitors can copy features, benefits, and even messaging. But what they can't easily replicate is a methodical, named system for delivering outcomes. Now, this isn't marketing spin. It's about legitimately structuring your delivery methodology into a coherent, branded system that becomes your signature in the marketplace. I implemented this with a struggling uniform manufacturer, and they achieved over 1,000% ROI by establishing market authority through their proprietary system. The result? Well, one client told me, we used to compete on price and qualifications. Now prospects ask if our competitors use our methodology, and when they hear no, they stop considering them. Power play number 3, weaponize transparency. Most businesses hide their expertise behind closed doors. The dominant players do exactly the opposite. The counterintuitive approach became clear to me while building my telephone marketing business. The companies that dominated their sectors aggressively educated their markets, exposing the inner workings of their industry with shocking transparency. Mediocre players fear that sharing too much will eliminate the need for their services, but this fundamentally misunderstands buyer psychology. When working with cybersecurity clients, I implemented what I call aggressive education, where we publish detailed breakdowns of security vulnerabilities, internal methodologies, and even pricing structures. The result wasn't decreased demand. It was a massive increase in market authority and trust. One business owner told me, I worried we were giving away too much, until I realized our competitors were too afraid to follow suit. Now they look like they have something to hide. Power play number 4, create impossible standards. The most powerful market position is setting standards your competitors can't meet. Throughout my career advising business owners on development and raising finance, I've observed that market leaders don't just satisfy existing criteria, they establish entirely new standards that redefine what good looks like in their industry. This isn't about making false claims. It's about legitimately elevating expectations in areas where you excel and your competitors struggle. I remember one CEO exclaiming after we implemented this strategy, "It's like we changed the rules of chess while our competitors were still playing checkers." These 4 power plays aren't theoretical concepts. They're battle-tested strategies that have transformed hundreds of businesses across 4 decades. When implemented systematically, they create compounding advantages that make traditional competition increasingly irrelevant. As I often tell my clients, the difference between competing and dominating isn't resources, it's strategic clarity. These power plays provide that clarity. To accelerate your implementation, I've prepared the Sales Authority Quick Win Guide with 12 immediately actionable strategies that stop profit leaks and eliminate competitive disadvantages. Visit davidwhiteconsulting.com, that's my site, and aim for the training hub to download it free and discover how these interconnected systems can transform your sales results. These are the same frameworks that generated over 1,000% out for clients and kept major corporations coming back for nearly 3 decades. They're now available to you. The only question is whether you'll use them before your competitors do. Competition is a fool's game. It's time to stop competing and start dominating.